What's going on, guys? So sometimes whenever you see products on my channel, those products may have actually been something I never even knew existed, but the manufacturer, perhaps the owner, the inventor of those products have reached out to me via email and said, hey, have you looked at this product that I invented? Once that happens, I kind of take a deep dive into it. I'll see if they have a website, I'll look for their reviews, and I'll try to check them out just so I can learn a little bit more about the product and if it's truly something that I think you all, the viewers of my channel, would like to see. In front of me is an example of one of those products. So after watching, I believe, a couple of my product review videos, the owner of this company, Slinky Stove, who is also a subscriber and viewer of the channel, said, hey, you know what? We have a really innovative product. You may want to show your viewers about it because they may be interested in this, considering it's so flexible, takes up very little space, and at the same time, you can really use it in all sorts of different types of environments. So let's take a look at what you're looking at in front of you. Hang tight. I'll be right back. So what you're looking at in front of you is called a Slinky Stove, and you can probably figure out just by looking at this product what it is and how it's intended on functioning. But they refer to this as the original collapsible fire pit. It's a stainless steel smokeless telescopic fire pit for outdoor wood burning, camping, bonfire, backyard, patio cooking. So it's pretty cool. They have three different sizes. I have all three of them here. I have the 7-inch, as well as the 17-inch, as well as the 25-inch. I would venture to say most people who get this product would probably opt for either the 17 or the 25-inch, until I opened up the 7-inch. And I was like, wow, that thing is actually really cool. It is super tiny, super compact, but it's essentially the exact same things as the one sitting next to it. So it's just a smaller version of it. They even put the little tray on the inside of it, which I was kind of shocked to see, considering they all have the tray on the inside of them. Now, these are absolutely a breeze to put together because you're not really putting anything together. They simply collapse down, and then what you do is you pull them up and you twist it, and these screws, which allow you to back out if you want to take the whole thing out or pull it apart, simply rest into a groove on each level. So they fold into a really nice compact form whenever you need to stow them. If you're going to be taking these in your RV, if you have a motorhome, if you have a trailer, if you have an SUV, they're pretty dang easy to stow, and these feet all collapse in on all three models. So that one's not out completely, but you can see it is very, very easy to set up. Each one of these took me less than 2 minutes to set up. Very, very simple. There's nothing you have to screw together. There's nothing you have to bolt together. The only thing I think that they would give you the option of bolting would be this tray in the bottom, because you do have these screws which can back out, but I don't think you need to because they can simply rest in the 4 holes. Let's see if I can get it to drop in. Just like that. So it's a really cool setup, super convenient. Again, if you are maybe solo camping or it's just a couple and you just want to have something super, super compact that you might be able to keep in your overland vehicle, you may be able to keep in a center console. The 7-inch version is absolutely that. I mean, it is just, it's adorable actually. It's super tiny, very functional. And quite frankly, it's going to give you a lot of flexibility if you want to have a little fire pit, or even if you want to cook something small on the beach. And honestly, I think a lot of people get something like that just because it is so cute and compact, and to be able to cook some eggs or some bacon or something over a stove is pretty dang awesome. Now, with all of these, the one thing I do have to warn you about is this is all stainless steel. Everything here is stainless steel. I think every single piece of it is stainless steel. And inherently, that's going to come with sharp edges. All the edges are pretty dang sharp. And I would venture to say there's probably been not just a few people who've probably cut themselves on these edges whenever they're unpacking it. And they actually include a pair of gloves that you can put on. Each one of them has a pair of gloves that you can put on to assemble it and put it together. But I would highly recommend it. I didn't use gloves when I put these together, but there were so many instances where I felt just one little small slip and I'd have a gash on my hand because of how sharp some of the stainless steel edges are here. And I don't think there's really any getting away from that, because anything that's stainless steel that finishes off at an edge, well, this is all rounded on the bottom right here, but that is a sharper edge. All of the legs right here are sharper edges. That's a sharper edge, and it's just something you want to be very careful of. Even the lid has a relatively sharp edge, and it's not going to cut you just by like rubbing your finger against it, but if you slide your finger hard against it, it is likely to give you a little cut. That said, really, really cool products. Again, I think most people would probably gravitate towards these, but there's probably going to be quite a few who like the 7-inch version simply because it is so dang cute. I mean, it is just really, really cool. It's super tiny, and the process of collapsing it, and again, I can just feel that edge right there, is just putting the feet in like this and collapsing it. That goes right there, and they all come with a cool little cover. So this is what it looks like when it's all collapsed, and they all come with their own storage solution, which is also really nice, plus a poker so you can grab the grate from the center of it. You can move things around. So that is really nice. And again, this box is super tiny, and just the fact that that's what it's packaged in when you get it. Everything has plastic around it, which is also really nice, but you just throw that in there, and of course you probably won't save the box, but just to kind of show you how compact everything is. This is really, really cool. And we'll probably do another video, or I'll feature it at another point where we're gonna light one of these things up and get them going. But that's the 7-inch version right there in this tiny little box. And that's just how compact you can make one of these things if you want to stow it. Now, let's break this one down right here and see how it looks. I don't think you need to take that tray out, and I'm sure several people will probably bolt the tray in place, but I'm not going to. It just rests there. They tell you can do all sorts of things with these. Again, you can cook with them. That's why they include the grate right there. They include the poker and all of that stuff. You know, of course, you don't want to place it near anything that could catch fire. You have a nice little bag right here to be able to stow it in. And it is a super windy day, and thankfully these lids aren't flying everywhere. But I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to rotate it clockwise. Get it collapsed. Put that right there. Put the lid on it. And then you can collapse the feet in pretty easily as well. Like I said, it's pretty easy to do, even one-handed. And there's the 17-inch version, and the 25-inch version, it's pretty much the same thing, except it's 25 inches when you're done with it. But you gotta admit, that is pretty dang cool. And because they're relatively small, it's the size of a large crock pot, I mean, this gives you a tremendous amount of flexibility, and it gives you the ability, of course, to do a lot of things in a very, very small footprint that's easy to stow. Now, I don't know how easy to clean these are. I mean, they are stainless steel, but I think most people who have cooked on stainless steel know that it can become kind of difficult to clean at times. And you do have a lot of areas kind of in between that things might get dirty. But one of the perks is the fact that you can back the screws out. You don't even have to pull them out all the way. You just back them out enough to where they're no longer catching on these grooves. And you can pull each piece out if you want to do a deeper clean. Smokeless, collapsible, portable, durable, easy to use, hassle-free. And again, you get a lot of accessories with it to just kind of get you up and going whenever you want to use this. I want to set that in there, and then also have this piece right here. If I want to collapse this one, there's that. Set the lid aside. See if I can collapse the center one with one hand too. There we go. Now I'll throw that right there. I got to get all of the packing foam out of there. That goes there. Then the feet will simply collapse in. Again, any job that can't be done single-handed. See, I think I might have cut myself, but any job that can't be done single-handed isn't worth doing, right? All right. So just to show you how compact these are, let me do something here real quick. And there you have it. All three of them are stacked on top of each other, probably no more than 16 inches tall total and 25 inches in diameter. But check that out. That is pretty dang cool. You know, this is something that, again, I don't know if everyone needs something like this, but it sure is a cool, flexible option for heating, for cooking, portability, stowability, and it looks really awesome as well. Just be careful whenever you're handling it, because it does seem like you could probably get yourself a little sharp stainless steel cut if you're not careful. Anyways, what do you guys think? Drop a comment below. Are these as innovatively cool as I'm making them sound to be? Because honestly, they do look pretty cool. So from a pricing perspective, the smallest one currently on Amazon is going for $69.99, the 17-inch one for $139.99, and the 25-inch one for $183.75. So what do you guys think? That's pretty cool considering it's collapsible and stowable, right? Anyways, again, drop a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. I will throw a link in the description to each different size if this is something you may be interested in. If you use this product, drop a comment below as well. I'd love to know what your feedback is. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.